Hello friends, I'm Rita Boyer, educator at Prospect Presbyterian Church in Maplewood, New Jersey. Thank you for joining me for the summer edition of Tell Me a Story. Today I am sharing the lectionary story for August the 9th. This may look familiar to some of you. It's something that I shared last week as we were talking about Jacob. And this is Jacob's family tree. Jacob had 12 sons and one daughter. I wonder how Dinah felt having 12 brothers. Well, one of Dinah's brothers and Jacob's sons was Joseph. And today we are going to begin to hear the story of Joseph. I say begin because Joseph's story is one of the longer stories of the Bible. It is also one of the most beloved stories of the Bible. We find it in the first book of the Bible. Remember what the first book of the Bible is? Genesis chapter 37. But I'll be sharing it with you as it is told in Archbishop Desmond Tutu's Children of God Storybook Bible. So get comfortable. Hopefully you're sitting in a way that you can see this picture of our story, which is titled Joseph is Sold into Slavery. Daddy's favorite, Joseph's brothers sneered. Jacob had 12 sons, but Joseph really was his favorite. Jacob even made him a special coat of many colors, which Joseph liked to show off. Joseph told his brothers, "Last night I dreamed that you would all bow down to me." That's when his brothers' jealousy turned to hatred. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers who were tending the sheep and goats. When they saw him coming, they said to each other, "Let us kill this dreamer." Reuben, the eldest, said, "No, he is our brother." But the others grabbed him, ripped off his coat, dipped it in blood, and took it to their father Jacob. "A wild animal killed your son," they told him. Jacob was heartbroken and tore his clothes and cried for many days. But they hadn't really killed Joseph. They had sold him to strangers who took him to be a slave in a faraway land called Egypt. Joseph was scared and did not understand why this was happening. But God was with Joseph and had a special plan for his life. Have you ever been mad or jealous because someone had something that you wanted? How do you think Joseph's brothers felt whenever Dad gave him a spectacular coat of many colors? How do you think they felt when Joseph said, "Oh, one day you are all going to bow down to me. I dreamed it"? No wonder they were angry. We all get angry from time to time, but the important question is, what do we do with our anger? Because we can choose what we do with our anger. What did Joseph's brothers do with the anger they felt toward Joseph? Well, some of them even wanted to kill Joseph. They ended up selling him into slavery. So they chose to hurt their brother. I wonder what else they could have done with their anger. Can you think of other things they could have done with that anger? Things that would not have hurt Joseph or themselves? You probably are familiar with Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, a Presbyterian minister who said that when you get so angry that you could roar, take a breath and count to 4. Pretty good advice. Maybe Joseph's brothers should have tried that. Or if they played a musical instrument, maybe they could have played an angry song and gotten some of their anger out. Or maybe they could draw an angry picture. Or maybe they could run it out. Sometimes going for a walk or a run helps. Can you think of other things that we can do with our anger? Things that don't hurt other people or ourselves? You know, a funny thing about anger is sometimes we get the angriest at the people we love the most. The people we like the most can make us the gladdest, and they can make us the maddest. Many people are finding that out in these days when we're spending so much time with our families, inside our homes. Sometimes we lose our patience, we get angry with one another, and we make some bad choices in what we do with that anger. So I hope that we will all remember to take a breath and count to 4. Sometimes we have to count a little more, right? Whatever works for you. I hope that you will find ways to be angry, because that's okay, but to not hurt other people or yourself with your anger. I have 2 activities for you to do as a follow-up to this story. One is to make a dream catcher. Joseph is known for his dreams. You heard about one of his dreams in this story. Do you remember? The dream that his brothers would one day bow down to him. Dreams are important in Joseph's life, and they are important to us too. Not just the dreams we have when we sleep at night, but the dreams that we have for ourselves and for the world. And so here are some instructions to make a dream catcher. And the other activity that I have for you is a game. Since we are spending so much time with our families, in our homes, one thing that we can do that might keep us from being angry with one another is to have fun playing games. And here is something that you can use to play a game not only this week, reminding us of Joseph's story, but for part 2 next week of Joseph's story. And then on August 23rd, we're going to start talking about Moses, and there are different cards you can make for Moses' story, part 1 and part 2. So you can use this sheet for the next 4 weeks to play some games with your family. And I hope that that will lead to some good experiences for you and your family. The prayer that is offered at the end of this story is, Dear God, help me love my brothers and sisters. And I would add to that my mom, dad, and all of my brothers and sisters in the family of God. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you'll stay tuned and come back next week for part 2 of Joseph's story. Bye-bye.